guys, I'm back to my Smackdown review. I haven't got a lot of time to do a video today because like in about like an hour's time, one of my friends from work is coming over because my mum wants us to have like a family portrait done. So that's why I'm kind of like dressed up in a bit more like smarter clothes than I would normally wear for my wrestling reviews. But anyway, so I'm going to quickly do the Smackdown video. Smackdown was alright. I think I didn't really pay much, well, I was paying attention to it, but when I was watching it last night I was like so tired that I couldn't really, you know, like focus on it properly, so it probably was better than I actually thought it was. But there were some good points about it. Booker T came out at the start of the show and was being interviewed by Josh Matthews, talking about the match on Sunday, and Booker T says that Cody will get the beating of a lifetime. Cody comes out and says that, you know, what he's saying is all like fantasy, you know, because he's just, you know, imagining this like big like comeback, you know, as like a wrestler or whatever, but in reality he will fall to Cody Rhodes and, you know, Cody will beat him. And then Cody says that Booker T can't get involved in his next match or he will, you know, call off the match at TLC, and he will also be suspended. So Booker T goes back, you know, to announcing. So we have Cody Rhodes versus Daniel Bryan round 100 or whatever it's been now, because they seem to keep facing each other like all the time. But, you know, it was an alright match. It wasn't that amazing. I like the ending though, because so I think Daniel Bryan was going either for like a roll up or a pin or something, and Cody managed to kind of like roll out of it, you know, and then turn it into like a crossroads and won the match. So that's pretty cool. So yes, I don't know whether I'm looking forward to their match on Sunday or not. Sunday is tonight. What am I saying on Sunday? It's like actually today. So yeah, I don't know, because yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Booker T when he was actually wrestling, but I'm liking Cody Rhodes at the moment. So this could be a fairly decent match, but we'll have to see what happens. Sorry that I'm talking really fast, but I honestly don't have a lot of time. Still got to have lunch and stuff. So yeah, so then we had Alicia Fox versus Natalya, and Alicia seems to be actually getting over now, which is strange. You know, before like nobody like used to care about her at all, but she seems to be becoming like, you know, a bit more popular than she was. Obviously, it's just I still think that they took completely the wrong direction with, like, you know, Beth and Natalya. Like, they just lose all the time. Like, I can't remember the last time they actually had like a victory over someone that wasn't like, you know, AJ and Caitlyn, but you know, whatever. So Alicia wins, and then she totally misses her like leg drop move at the end, like afterwards, because she like pulls out like some of like Natalya's hair or something. I think that has something to do with the feud that they had on Superstars that I read on before. I don't know, 'cause I've never watched that show, but that was a bit strange. I was like, how does Natalya's hair just something like fall out? But whatever. And yeah, so then she went to do her like leg drop move on Natalya, and like it like literally completely missed. But you know, whatever. That was beside the point. So we had a tag team match then with the Usos versus Epico and Primo, because obviously yeah, where has like Unico kind of gone? They've like disappeared like recently. You know, I guess because they didn't have really anything to do with him since like, you know, Sin Cara went, but he's just kind of vanished, and I was actually like enjoying his like matches and stuff. But you know, so now apparently Rosa Mendez is managing Epico and Primo, which is fair enough. So it was a pretty decent match actually. Rosa Mendez like distracted one of the Usos when they were on the top rope, and then Primo, is it Primo? Yeah, Primo hits the backstabber, which was quite nice, and yeah, got the victory for them. So that was a pretty decent match. Then we had Big Show versus Jack Swagger. Basically, before the match, Mark Henry had gone up to Jack Swagger and told him, you know, that he should take out Big Show's like ankle, because he's like, you know, done it before, and that, you know, if he did manage to do that, then he'd be first in line for a world heavyweight title shot. But Jack Swagger said he didn't want to do it for Mark Henry; he was doing it for himself, and you know that he would beat Henry, or that, you know, he would go after the world title, like, you know, from his own back, not just because Henry gave him a title opportunity. So that's fair enough. Mark Henry actually sat outside like the ring for like the whole match. He was just like kind of watching what was happening. Big Show goes to the choke slam, but gets counted into the ankle lock. So, you know, Big Show's like, I can't tap. You know, he's like looking right at Mark Henry. He's like, I can't tap. So he manages to fight out of it, and then he hits a weapon of mass destruction. I'm just going to call it the knockout punch because, you know, it sounds silly. He hits the weapon of mass destruction. So yeah, he hit the knockout punch for the win. So Henry's like, and then after, you know, so they're kind of like, you know, mouthing off to each other. But then Henry hits Jack Swagger with a chair, and then just whacks the cameraman out of like absolutely nowhere. And it's like, what? Whoa, that's bright sunlight. Oh, I can't see. Ow. That wasn't good. I don't like sunlight when it glares through the window. Then we had Ted DiBiase versus Heath Slater. Ted wins with Dream Street, and then Jinder Mahal attacks him after the match. It's like, oh, go away, man. Nobody likes you. You're so boring. But then Jinder Mahal faces Sheamus, and Sheamus wins with a bro kick. So yeah, two fairly non-interesting matches there, to be honest. Then main event, which was, you know, decent. That's the thing with Smackdown. Like, Smackdown went through a really, really good phase a while back, where I was enjoying it more than Raw. Now it's kind of gone back to kind of what it used to be like, you know, where there's only like a couple of like decent feuds actually going on. All the rest are kind of unimportant, like jobbery people. But you know, so we had Randy Orton and Zack Ryder facing Dolph Ziggler and Wade Barrett. in the main event, I laughed at, like, you know, the backstage segment where obviously Zack Ryder was in, like, the locker room for Orton, and he was like, are we on the same page? And Orton's like, no. And then he's like, are we on the same book? And Orton's like, maybe. And Zack Ryder's like, yes, we're in the same book, woo woo woo. And, you know, Orton's just looking at him like crazy. I think they must have had, like, different showings, like, on the actual live show, because on the spoilers, like, I read it obviously after I watched it, and it said that, like, Ryder asked Orton if he could call him bro. No, we didn't see that. That would have been funny. But, you know, anyway. So, it was a pretty good match, actually. It had quite a decent, like, amount of time for, like, a main event, compared to, like, you know, Cena versus Henry on Raw, which was, like, 5 minutes long. But, you know, it's very decent. Zack managed to counter the wasteland into a DDT, manages to tag Orton in, and then Orton, you know, I think Ziggler goes for, like, the famous kind of move, but then Orton counters it and hits the RKO. And obviously Barrett was going to get back in, you know, to kind of break up the pin, but Orton just kind of, like, stared him down while he was, like, pinning Ziggler, so Barrett was like, maybe I won't get in. So that was pretty cool. So I am looking forward to that match tonight. I almost said Sunday again then, but then I quickly changed it to tonight. So that should be good. But yeah, like, does anyone else, right, who lives in England have any trouble with their Skybox? Because I've been trying to buy TLC, but it keeps saying that, like, I've got, like, my viewing card, like, I've reached the credit limit, and that's stupid, because it doesn't work like that. You just pay for it, and it goes on your bill. So I have no idea what's going on, so I'm, you know, really trying to buy it, because I really want to see it. But, yeah, it depends. I'm rambling far too much. I've got, like, a ton of, like, ulcers again. I suffer badly from these things, guys, so, like, talking is actually, like, really hurting me, but I'm determined to do this video and, like, you know, stay on track, because, like, occasionally I tend to miss Smackdown reviews, but then it's, like, ages before I, like, do another review. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now because I'm just completely rambling. Anyway, so thanks for watching this video. I will try and get a TLC review up probably on Tuesday night, because I doubt I'll be able to do one tomorrow if I'm not finishing work till 7 o'clock tomorrow, so it'll be, like, really late by the time I finish watching it. But I'll try and do it on Tuesday and then Raw review on Wednesday, or if not, combine one on Wednesday, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!